My name is Dr Annette Naudin. I'm Associate Professor in the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media at BCU. I research cultural workers and cultural work. I also research, or have started to research, archives that relate to cultural work and inequalities. And my research is mainly about Birmingham, so I'm interested in local creative work, local cultural policies, local cultural organisations. I started to research cultural entrepreneurs and creative workers because of my own experience, really. So when I left art college, I studied textiles and I set up a small textile business as a designer and sort of batch production of products. And I did quite well for a number of years, but soon realized that that kind of precarious work was quite a challenge, and I wanted to change my career, particularly at a point where I wanted to start a family. And as a woman, it was quite difficult to work in such precarious situation. So I retrained. I did an MA in cultural policy, in European cultural policy. And at the same time, I started to develop some consultancy work around curating, arts funding. And then 18 years ago, I got my first job at BCU running the MA in Media and Creative Enterprise. And then that led me to doing a PhD while I was working and to starting my research career within BCU. Research at BCU for me is both to do with the local culture, so my community of researchers within cultural studies and media studies within BCMCR. So BCMCR is Birmingham Centre for Media and Cultural Research. It's about how we support each other, it's about how we collaborate on research, and also how we experiment between more traditional research, but also running exhibitions, festivals, and so on. My current research involves curating an exhibition with archival materials, commissioning some podcasts, running a kind of roundtable workshop, which I'm doing in collaboration with Dr Karen Patel, who is the director of CEDIA in the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. So I'm on a steep learning curve, learning new methods and experimenting with new methodologies. So the different archives that I've looked into include one that I brought into ADM Archives, the Arts, Design and Media Archive at BCU. I met a woman only about a year ago who told me about the work that she'd done 40 years ago in Birmingham, and to me the materials that she still held on to from 40 years ago seemed like it would create a really interesting archives, bearing in mind that a large number of our students are from Birmingham or the West Midlands, so this is partly their own history, their own sort of story. So I brought that archive into the faculty and I've based a project on that. But that's led me to look at other archives. So Birmingham City Council, through the library, I've been able to access some of that archive. And then talking about my research and speaking to people who are connected to that period of time has meant that all sorts of people have come back to me and said, I've got this zine from that period, or I've got these policy papers, or I've got these other archival materials. And so I'm drawing on both archives that we have here, ones that I've brought in, and ones that people are sort of starting to share with me. It's a sort of a collection of all of those, really.